So a couple things to have at the ready. Chuck, when you pop up, we'll need that email from Jeremy that tells us what goes where. And probably wouldn't hurt to pop up the construction plans, or yeah, we'll need not the construction plans, but the construction plans. They'll have the profile in it, or that sheet, where you saw 1049 was
Yeah, the road.
Outer Space Road or whatever it was called.
Yeah, let me know. Firehouse. Yeah, T 901 is Outlet Road.
Yeah, so just keep that drawing handy or whatever we want to call it, and so we can refer to the little side street profiles that they have. So
So profile.
yeah, that was the construction plan. There you go.
Okay, yep, it's up. All right, so we got 1, 2, and 3, and then 1049. Here's our
Yeah, that
profile
was
sheets. Yep.
okay. Okay, the profile sheets is ours, so we're going to need to open that one for sure anyway, because we got to finish that one up. Then once that loads up, we're going to go back and just go to your Windows Explorer and go to that DGN folder. You're in profile, so you need to go into the, keep drilling down. All right, now scroll down and find that SR 1049 profile. I think is the one we probably want. Right click it and choose open with SR or ORD 23. And that'll run a second session so we can switch back and forth without having to load and unload files. Okay. Now that was, if we look at, what is that one? That's 1049.
1049.
All right. Yeah, no, these are probably going to be sub files. And if you go to the PDF of the construction plans, scroll down and find the profile, the one we're looking for. What is that? And there's 1049.
Oops, sorry. Yep, 1049.
That's Meeker Market. There's Mountain View.
I just had it.
There's 1049 and Mill Street. So we'll need the 1049 sheet. Let me think about something here. Yeah, I mean, see, we could make a single sheet that has 1049 and the other one that we need, because we don't need Mill Street, I don't think, do we?
Let me look.
That's that curved one that goes around but doesn't finish.
Yeah, Mill Street doesn't have anything on.
Yeah, so we have 1049, but we also have like Outlet Road and all that. So we could make a sheet that had those two on it, but I think what they prefer we do is to basically use their sheets and put this on. So we'll have one sheet with this one, then we'll have another one, whichever one has an outlet on it. So now over on the left-hand margin, zoom in there and see what that drawing name is. Looks like it's prop side road 03.
Three,
Okay.
yeah.
So we'll need that one. So let's go now, just hover over the ORD icon in the taskbar. No, down, yeah, down below, right in there. Yeah, hover over that and get our file, which is that one. There we go. By the way, let me,
Yeah, share. Or
for your share, I'm going to request remote control.
I confirm that Ken is a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
All
what
right.
I see on the plans, SR 1049, Outlet Road and T901 is all the same road.
Yeah, it's the same physical
Yeah.
piece of
Yep.
pavement.
Yeah.
They
So
change.
and that would be B8 on that one.
All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. What is this? 6, 7, and 9. So we need what? 5 and 8. What's their email say? We've
Yep.
got
We need 5 and 8.
just those two,
Yep.
correct?
5 and 8 are the last two. Yes.
Okay, so 5 is which was one that goes on 1049 since we
That's number 8. Number 8 goes on 1049, which is
okay.
the Outlet Road T901. Same thing. That's B8.
That goes on the outlet.
Yeah, Outlet Road, which is it says State Route
Yeah.
1049. So I'm like,
Yeah.
all right.
Right, but where does 5 go? It goes on that
5 goes over on Firehouse Road. It's going to be close.
Firehouse.
Yep.
All right, so let's
It'll
go
be-
back to the PDF and find out where that one is, and let's
It'll-
do 5 first.
Yeah, it'll be close to Firehouse.
So we had, see, it's like the next sheet in the drawing set or something, or either previous or next.
Well,
There's
there's
Firehouse
Firehouse right
there.
there.
So now zoom in on the left and see what thing we need, what drawing we need. Side road 2. Okay, so let's look. So prop side road 2 is the one that's going to have for 5. All right, so back to our drawing.
5 and 8.
All right, now if you look in the references, the attached dialogue up there, right there. Yep. So you see how we've got proposed side roads 1, and then let's see.
2.
Let me see here a second. Yeah, see, we have proposed side road 1, and then we had the SR 118 in here, the 3 ones of it. And so now we're going to add, again, just like this one, which was a nesting depth of 1, we're going to come down, you're going to attach prop side road 2.
Coincident or inactive?
Interactive, because we're going to place the top of the view. Remember, we're going to choose
Selected
the
relative
view.
path.
Save relative path is good. We'll save open, and now we're going to call that whatever we want to call it. What is it? SR what? Or T something? Or
This is if this is going to be 8 or 5.
this is 5.
All right, so 5 is going to be Firehouse Road.
And
That's Firehouse.
what do they call it in the email? What does he say? 5 T901.
You see, SR 1049 is B5.
All right, so that will be 5, and 8's going to go on outlet, which is whatever that one. What do they say in the email that 8 goes on?
8 goes on T901.
So 901. All right, so this is going to be T10 or SR 1049
Right.
as your logical and description. Okay, choose, there you go. Make sure everything.
Everything 1 and 25. Master
Wait a
site
minute.
nesting.
Yeah, 1 to 25 is good. Nesting depth is 1.
And then
Or
say,
go ahead and make that 2 because I don't know how they've structured the
okay,
border and all that, but that should be fine. All right.
everything looks good.
Yep.
Say
So say
okay.
A. And now it's going to prompt you to put the center point. Now zoom way out in your drawing. And yeah, move that out of the way a little bit or close it down. Let's see. So zoom way out. And you see, there you go. Now remember, they always put those up in the upper right corner. So sort of get it in position as to where you know it's going to be. Like right in there is yeah, right in there is fine. Yeah, right there's fine. We'll move it into place a little bit better here. All right. So maybe they actually didn't have, all right. So that one's way down below. So that's fine. So we're going to take this one. Let's first clip this one because we know we're only going to clip it down around its own title block.
Yeah, it's way down there. Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to draw our little fence around the outside.
Outside of the
Yeah,
dots,
correct.
or touch the dots.
No, we're not going exactly to the dots on
Okay.
this outside. There you go. Now that it's set, select it in your list and clip margin, whatever it says. Go back, you got to select it first. No, in the list.
Yeah, so I'm trying to find, didn't we name that 10? Oh, this one here, 1049.
Yes, there you
Okay.
go.
All right.
So now
Right
right
click,
click and clip
clip
boundary
boundary.
and confirm with a click. Okay, now you're going to move it. And we're going to move it and line it up under the other ones.
All right, so now when we do this, are we taking just gonna
Well,
move, right?
the fence can go away now if you want. Just click on the fence tools again and then back on your element selector. There you, whoops. Yeah. Now it's framed because you've got it selected in the list, and that's okay.
All right.
And you can select it from the list, right click and move it, or you can pick something in the drawing and right click and move reference, either one. All right, so now there. Now, here's the way I like to do these is when it's gonna ask you for a from and to. All right, so if you want to line it up underneath the sheet above it, if you scroll in now to like right in here. So I'm gonna say from, I'm gonna say, well, first of all, what is your, let's get, yeah, we're still on center. So I'd put it back on key point now. So I'm gonna go from here, okay? Now here's how that little shortcut is going to work. And then I'm going to go to here, but I'm going to type the letter O.
Oh.
And then A for the AccuDraw. And now I'm going to lock it on that axis and I'll just bring it down to wherever, like right in there is fine, like that.
Okay.
Right click, and now we're done. We can close this off for a second. Now we've got these two things. So Mountain View won't have anything. Firehouse is where we're going to get number 5.
Right.
All right. All right. So then we're going to copy down our grid, but let's see, what is this on? It's on 1290. Did we have anything else on? I think they're all 70s and 80s and all that. So what I would do is just do like this so that we get those blue lines. We don't need those 2, but we'll take that 1. It's on our index line. We don't know where that's going to be, but we're just going to now copy from here. And we'll go lock it on the axis, and let's come down here and then find the bottom of one of these right there. So now it's over here. Yes, and remember, like on these ones up here, I had 2 because
each side. Yeah, there was one on the left
yeah,
side, one on the right side.
but see, they were both 1280. I could have done them all from the 1, but those were early days. All right. So now that's going to be 1290. So 95. This is our 1300. So we're going to take this guy. Where are our properties here? So we're going to take that guy. dock him. All right, so we're going to set our properties. We're going to make that one by level. And this was 1290, so this one is going to be the 5. And again, that's just a visual thing, so we know which one it is, and we'll then move this guy down from here to here. All right, 13, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We might as well get 25 just in case we need it. So now it's 1,300 and 1,325. All right. And now we're going to need that, what you call it, the spreadsheet that has the stations and offsets, or stations and elevations and stuff.
That was under.
It's up in the soil, right here in the soil profile.
Okay.
So now it's the all alignments right here. All right, now that's on that. So we click on the SR 1049 tab at the bottom. There you go. There's B5. So we're looking for that station and that elevation. So we need to be what, 10.4991 above the 1,300. So 1049.91. So we go back to our drawing.
Let me minimize this.
No, you can leave. Well, okay. Either way.
Okay.
All right. So now we're at 1,300. We're going to go 1049.91. So we want to copy that blue line up. So we're going to copy that from its endpoint. Click and now start up the vertical axis. Make sure you're locked on the axis. Scroll. There you go. See how it lights up? There you go. Now leave it like that. And over there now the number is highlighted on the bottom of your screen. So at that point you want to type 10.4991 times 5.
10.4991 asterisk 5.
Hit enter. Now just left click the mouse anywhere. All right, right click and you're done with that. So there's our elevation. Okay, now what's our station?
Station is 31 plus 73.83.
Okay, so we'll find the 31 on there thing. We need to also, let's see, let's just grab this one here. Copy this one from here. And it was 31, did you say?
Yep, 31 plus 73.
All right, so it is there, but we're going to now copy that over. So if we copy from here, we'll go that way. Now, what was the number? Just typing in 31. What was the plus?
Plus it was 73.83.
All right, so type 73.8.
73.83.
Just hit enter. And then now left click the mouse.
Excuse me.
Now right click it. So there you go. So it is sitting on the station. Now we want to intersect those two lines. First thing I'm going to do is just so I'm remembering that this is our
13.
This is our little
31.
marker line. I'm just going to hold on a second. I'm just going to bring it down here as a little.
Oh, you want to make it small?
There we go. Yeah.
Okay.
And so now we're going to intersect this one and this one. So when you get this one and you click this one, it's another good teachable moment here. So when we do this little guy here, we're going to pick these two lines. It's going to be this one. Now, this is what's important. You have to pick on this side of the intersection, that's the part you're going to keep. Because if you clicked it up here,
Okay.
see what it did?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Okay, now that would be okay. It's the same point,
Right,
but
right.
if you
You'd
want
have
to,
to,
you
yeah,
know,
you'd have to edit it or move it or, yeah.
well, you wouldn't even have to move it. It still intersects at that same point. But if you keep it here, then it
Right, comes
comes up
in,
from
goes
from
down.
its origin.
Okay,
Okay, so now you
cool.
see we're going to be significantly below
Right.
there.
That's the proposed, right? Is that
Yeah, because that was 1300. This
right?
was
1290.
crap. No, um, this is 1300, not this one. I did the wrong one.
Okay.
So 1290, 95, 1300. So we're going to be 5 feet higher. So let's fix this real quick. I'm going to put these back as by levels. I'll make this one 5. And then I'm going to take both of these guys and I'm just going to move them up because I know it's exactly one of these
Right.
things. Just move it from one to the other. And then I'm going to go back and redo this one to get from here to here.
Okay.
There we go. It's a little better. Sorry about that.
No, that's all right.
So, well, that's
Good catch, Ken.
that's how mistakes happen. All right. So now, what's next? What do we do next?
All right, so now we need to get the stick,
Yep. And we
and
do
that's
that by,
and we clip that so it's hidden right now.
well,
We can
remember,
copy one,
go
right?
back. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go. So go back to your
Copy one.
list. Yeah.
List
Attach.
on my
There you go. So now just get the last one that's up there, which was that one above it right there, and just copy that.
right click,
Yeah.
copy.
Copy. And now go out in the drawing and it says from and to. So just go out to the drawing, just hover over any point that you can snap to, like the end of that green line is fine. Doesn't have to be any of that. Just yeah, let's see. Yeah, just see, we're gonna let's
Oh, okay,
copy
here it
say,
is. Oh, yep, okay, I got it. Here it
well,
is.
yeah, that's so now if we want to just all right, so we're going to go from and to. So it really doesn't matter because we've got to move it into place. Okay.
Okay,
So from now that is what 9, and we're
right.
I don't know
That
where 5 is. So if we say if we go from about here and a point to copy from, so let's say just somewhere here. And now let's just come down here to where we're working and put it, somewhere out here. That's fine. And now you're going to name this one.
B5.
There you go. So B5, no dashes, and B5 in the description. There you go. Say okay. Now you're going to unclip it and then reclip it.
Delete clip.
Yeah. There you go. Now, see where 5 is. There's 6, 7, 8. So 5's like right
Right here.
there. So draw your little frame. In
Let
that
me
case, you could keep your fence. It could actually be yeah, because you can get it all. You're not going to worry about stepping on anything else.
right.
Yeah, that got it. Everything. Yep, everything's included. So now go right click and set your boundary.
Clip.
Yep. Confirm it. And now you're going to move the reference.
From.
Yeah, except now you see when you choose the move up there, it's asking you to pick an element.
Right.
This is a reference file, it's not an element.
Okay.
So we either need to pre-select it and then right click and choose move reference, or from your list, right click the name and say move. There you go. Perfect. You got it. Yep. There you go. So now you can close your list and we can grab our
We gotta go get our,
projected
yeah, get
word.
our, yep. That's, we can take this one. It don't matter which one.
Yeah.
Copy.
And from and to, and you can, there you go.
And I don't know if I'll ever get this.
Perfect. Yep. Now you see it's level.
Mhm.
Select that again. Select the word projected right there in front of you. Yep. Look in the property. See it's on level B1. So we want to change that to be B5. There you go.
Oops.
I think you did it.
Okay. Yeah, it took.
You did it. Now, when you type the level name like there, the level has to already exist. That's why it's a pull down field, but you can also
Okay.
type in it. And if it does exist, it'll use it.
Okay.
So that's good. We are basically done with that one until we make the sheet.
Right.
Okay, because we're not putting the sample range or anything else on
On this one. Right.
correct. And I think instead of dicking around with changing the colors and the layers and all that stuff of everything, well, actually, we do need to do something because when we select these things, I think they're specific stuff. So let's go into this file.
Activate.
Wait a minute, before we do that,
So what's the difference, Ken, between activate and exchange?
I'll show you in just a second.
Okay. All right.
So are we in that file? This is 1049.
1049 profile.
Yeah, I'm going to close this one because I don't want it open in two different places. All right. So when you activate,
Okay.
if I right click and choose activate, that puts me in that file, but it leaves me in this one. I'm still seeing everything here, but it's all dimmed out.
Okay.
So now I'm working on everything within this file.
Okay.
When you exchange, I'm going to deactivate.
Okay.
But when you exchange, now watch what happens here is you're going to actually swap. You're going to close this file and open that file.
Oh, okay.
And so
Right.
now you are in that file.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Now, while we're here, let's just go ahead and change our attributes.
Okay.
We want color and weight to both be by level. Oh, there's another something we need to
Yeah,
change.
that color wheel wasn't ours.
That's right. So now we're going to do this for our change, and we're going to just grab all of this, set that by level by level.
Then we got to go to the
Done.
behind the curtain.
Yep.
Behind the curtain.
Yeah, you hit the file menu. There you go.
There's
Backstage, as they call it.
settings,
Yep. And it's file settings.
and it's
And
color
it's
table.
and you pull,
File.
yep,
Default.
yep, and attach. And then
And then
just go back and then make sure you save settings, which that is supposed, no,
I always do it.
that's
Just
okay. Yeah, you can do it from there. Using the back arrow is supposed to save the settings, but I don't know that it always necessarily does.
yeah. I'm always one of the old schoolers using I use the file menu instead of the things that are at the top up here. I got all that,
That's
but
perfectly
me,
fine.
I like to.
Perfectly fine.
Then I know I grabbed it and it was me that clicked the button.
Yeah. All right. So that's the difference between activate and
Okay.
exchange. Activate
Cool.
leaves you in your file, but activates the model you have pointed to. So you
Okay.
can make some little changes in there. Sometimes you'll find like if they're at different scales or different annotation sizes, things like that, it's sometimes easier to go straight into the other file.
Okay. All right.
So we're
Gotcha.
done with this. We need to go back where we were, and there's that left pointing. There you go. We go back to the previous, and
So
that's
then
going to
once you do your exchange though, then that's where you'll use your green arrow to send you back where we were then.
correct.
Okay. All right.
And
Gotcha.
and that backs up however many levels,
Okay.
and the one to the right puts you, back to
Where
where,
we were. Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
All right.
So, all right, so that's got everything we need there. Now you notice, you see that is blue, the main road is blue. I think we had these up here set to yellow
Mm-hmm.
because we changed the level colors and stuff in here, but I'm not gonna worry about those right now. It looks like they've got this one. Well, see, this is a 1 and this is a 2 because they're on two different files. That's on C profile text of Axis Firehouse, which is Profile Firehouse Road. And this is on C profile text, Profile Firehouse Road. Why is it C profile text? Yeah, so that's because in this definition, even though it's in here twice,
Mm-hmm.
this is the file itself, is the profile and the Axis Firehouse profile file. See, that's the same file,
Mm-hmm.
but you can have different layer or different level assignments in each of those different files. Okay, because they're referencing their twice. That's why you're seeing these, even though they're both set to weight
Mm-hmm.
of by level, in one definition, the
Yeah,
weight is
they're
one versus,
thinner than the other one.
yeah. So we'll wait and do that over here in our paper space layouts. All right. And same thing, we're not going to worry about these, although I think this one, I want to make sure. Yeah, because see, this is in, that's in Profile Firehouse Road. Why did it not go by level, by level, by level? Because up here, it is. Well, those didn't go. I think I know why. So once I'm here, oh yeah, the one that we changed it in was the actual one where this was referenced into it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to just select all, change its attributes there now.
Okay.
And that's why we're here, just for yucks. Take a peek at the color. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
And then we'll save the settings. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas.
Mm-hmm.
And back.
Yeah, I'll get it. Okay. It has that little pencil on there for the zoom thing.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a
Uh,
question for you.
yes, sir.
All right, on the right hand side, we have all of our models.
Over here. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's sheets. Is there any way that you can print all of them without having to pick each sheet and print each sheet? In other words,
Well,
is it programmed smart enough to say that all the borders may not be the same, but it'll plot it on a 24 by 36, or do you have to do individually?
yeah, no, that is doable, but
Uh-huh.
not straight from this model thing. You have to set it up here in your sheet index.
Okay.
And like you would put the different models, and you can have them from multiple DGN files.
Okay.
You could, like, we could take the profile sheets and the plan sheets and all that, and we would put them here, and then you've got this, uh, the print organizer
Mm-hmm.
that works all that. But it's so much to try to keep track of for this few set of files. I usually just go through and generate them.
Individual. Yeah, I mean, that's
Yeah,
what I'm used to doing too, even with doing SS2 for the curb ramps, is doing individual for the full sheets, part
yeah.
sheets. Just, it's, It's easier.
Yeah,
But I just
no,
wanted to know if there was a way that if you
there
could
there
batch them
surely
all.
is. Yep, there surely is. And I thought about actually showing you how this works, but this is reliant upon setting up your work set within a workspace, and we're working,
Okay.
and those are by default local on each machine. And
Mhm.
so, if you want to set it up, then you have to open the file in that work set. I think you can make a work set on the server.
Mhm.
I don't understand that well enough. I do it for myself when I'm working on something and it's just me working on it because it
Mhm.
stays local and I know it's on my machine, but
Okay.
I really need to know that better and I don't. I just and I so I think that's gonna be, another
Okay.
day.
Yeah, I just was just wondering because I'm just doing it
Yeah,
by hand anyways. Each sheet, so part sheet, full sheets, and
that's right. So now let's see, just what do we have? These were set to reds and Uh, yeah, we set that to red and let's go ahead and set a couple of these. Here, the reference clip boundary we made red and 2 and 1. But again, it's not plotting.
Mhm.
And we had level 0 of the actual profile.
Zeros up the top.
Yeah, there it is. We kept it, what do we call it? 128. 2 and 1. We won't worry about the rest of them. So now, whoops, that's reference 0. Oh, apparently. Oh, I know why. Because I didn't change. See, it has a specific line style.
Mhm.
So now to change that one thing, I'm just going to right click and activate it. And I'm going to
Okay.
go into the nested depth of our reference. And so I'll just change this, change its line style to be by level.
Okay.
And it said 0 in that original pull down right there, but that's because that's what it is coming from. But the level is defined as 2, and now it says 2 right here. All right, so now it looks like it should. I'm going to right click and deactivate.
Deactivate. Okay.
Now we'll go through and fix the rest of the text and weights and stuff like that over in our sheet model. All right, so this is good. We'll save settings. Now let's go ahead and add the last one, which is B8.
Yep. B8's on T901.
Okay. 901 is in which
T901 is
you look at your PDF.
yeah, the T901 is Outlet Road where B8's going to be.
Is that it? Yeah, but what is the name of the DGN that we need to reference?
Oh, let me look at the sheet. No, it wasn't that. It was B8 is T901.
No, no, no. Go to your PDF.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Now, whatever that's still the
Here's
firehouse. No,
Firehouse, right?
yeah,
So we
I
need
think it's the sheet above or somewhere nearby.
existing Mill Street.
Is it that 1049?
Well, that's the thing is I want to make sure I want to look because
Yeah,
it is named the same.
right.
See, Meeker Road, Market Street, Mountain View, Firehouse, 1049. Now, when I look at the plan for B5,
All right. So that's the one that goes from station 40 up to
yeah,
4250.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's Outlet Road. Is that correct?
Yeah, Outlet Road is T901 and it's State Route 1049. So that is correct.
Yeah, see, I think I don't know if they've got them screwed up or whatever, but this is the piece it goes on, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean that's what I see on the way they've got it written up. So
yeah. So that'll be what we'll use for
B8.
B8. So what's that DGN? Is that Prop Side Road 3? Okay. All right. So that's one we need. It's Prop Side Road 3.
So we're gonna go attach,
Yep.
and we're gonna go find it. And we need to go up to the DGN, and it needs to be Side Road 03. And then we need to make sure it's interactive or save related path is good. Say open.
Yeah. Now always keep in mind, you're not going to always use that interactive. It's just when we're trying to reference
Right. Okay.
their piece of paper. Because when you're referencing geometry into known geometry, you want them to line up in their coordinate space, and
Right.
you
Right.
coincident world. Okay.
Okay. Yep. Got it.
And and you would not choose a view. You would just choose that coincident world.
Okay.
All right. So this is going to be,
So do we want to call it T901 because that's what's on the actual email?
I would, yeah,
Yeah, the email's got T901 and it doesn't care about Outlet Road or 1049. So,
correct. I would call that
all right, I'm going to put T901. Top.
Yep.
125 is
Nesting level
okay. 1,
2.
2. Okay.
Yeah. Because remember, and one would probably do it, but this will make sure in case it's referencing something else. I think
Okay,
we're
so there's no hard fast rule though.
no, but like sometimes you'll have something that's got that it references a file that itself references a file, and then that file might reference, a couple of
Oh,
files.
okay. Okay.
So however many levels down is how many you're going to get in your reference.
Drawing.
So if you
Okay.
only want the top level, you'd have no nesting. But if you
Okay.
only want the one level deep and you don't want all the subs to the subs, then you would set that to 1.
Okay.
But this is, 2, and I don't think there are any. I think
Right.
that's why it doesn't make any difference here, but we'll just keep it at 2.
Okay, so we say okay.
Yep. Now look at your prompt.
It says enter the center point for the view of the top reference. I got to move this down.
Yeah, from the
see.
top of that reference. So it's looking for, yeah, so just anywhere, it doesn't matter where. And then we're gonna, okay, so you see where it is way down below?
Yep.
So let's bound it first, and then we'll move it into place. Yeah, you don't have to be uber precise on that. You just don't want all that other crap out there. There you go.
Now let me go down on my list and pick it.
Uh-huh. And
then right click and I could say move.
clip the boundary first. There you go. Now go into this. It's asked you to accept or reject. So right there, left click. There you go. Now you can move it. And that's where I would go from the top corner of the title bar right there. Click. Now zoom out and hover over the bottom corner and then type the letter O. A for AccuDraw origin.
A.
And now make sure you stay on the vertical axis and you just go down a little. But
Something didn't, it didn't work.
yeah, see, well, yeah, see, yeah, there you go. See how it's go
Yeah.
back. Well, you need to reset the origin. You missed it. Now right there, type O.
Okay.
And it should come up and say A.
Man, my keyboard must be messing up.
It's not catching it here. Let's do that. Just come over somewhere to the side here and just click a spot. Just click. Right there's fine. Now go back, now that it's set, um, let's move it again, and this time we'll catch it no, you can't do it from the move
Oh,
tool.
okay.
This is
Oh,
the
yeah.
reference itself.
Okay. Got it. I forgot. Move.
Yeah, you can do that. Now go from that corner, click. Now go up there and hover and say O. No, A. Now go straight down.
Yeah, now it's working.
You
Oh,
got to stay on that. Yeah, see where
okay.
it's, there you go. Now left click. There you go. Done.
Okay.
Okay, so close that off. And now, while we're here, let's just point
got
to anything in the drawing.
How's come the border's different on the inside? The red, is that going to be different?
Yeah, that is that clip boundary.
Okay.
And that's also this one right here,
Mm-hmm.
this overall. It's
Okay.
because we redefined that just so we can keep track of it
Okay.
ourselves. I don't know, some of these we might have made blue. I don't remember. Yeah, see that one was blue,
Then we got a couple red.
blue, red. Yeah. So,
Okay.
you know, again, it doesn't matter for it's just so that I'm not thinking that's a drawn line. All
So now
right.
we.
So now, um, while we're here,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to go into each of these files. So if you point to any part, any one of that, anything, is this the one we want? Yeah. So if we point to anything here, okay, select it and then right click and choose, you see this activate business
Mm-hmm.
and the exchange business, but I don't want to be, I'm going to do this twice. I'm going to do it first in that
Okay.
uh, profile
First.
sheet that they made, which is
Okay.
one we just referenced and clipped.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go in there first, and I'm going to actually exchange it because I want to change those colors too.
Okay.
All right. Now I'm going to go up to the select all, which is either like right over here, or it's also on the main. You can do it from here as well, right there.
Okay.
Or you can right click the mouse and choose select all. That's
Okay.
fine. So you see, this is in a different file, but this stuff is the stuff that's now selected.
Mm-hmm.
So that's there. So now let's go up to your little palette and change. And now just click over on the left. See your prompt says accept or reject selection. So left click. Now, while that's done, let's go backstage and set the color. Okay, make sure, there you go. You can save your settings.
Okay.
Okay, now go back where we were.
Palette.
No. Go
Oh.
back to
Okay.
the left arrow at the bottom. There you
Yep.
go.
Yep.
And now point to something that's in that same file, just like we exchanged the top level. And we're going to just repeat this, but we're going to go into the second level down. Now right click over that element. Yeah, now select it. Now right click.
My right click sucks.
Now go to exchange. And instead of that top, go to the next one down. There you go. Click there. So now we're going into the file that it referenced. And now we're
Okay.
going to select all and change it the same way. There you go. Now you can just click anywhere. And now go back to your backstage, set your color, save your settings, and then we'll come back where we were. You know, you can do that before you hit that back
Okay.
arrow.
Okay. All right. I didn't know if I could or not. So, all right.
That's all right. Now go back with the left arrow at the bottom. There we go, back to where we were. And now just to sort of keep track of a couple of things, let's go to the level tool where we define our levels.
That's the
Almost, nope. Go to the left column. It's the bottom of the left right there. There you
looks
go.
like a pile of money.
Yeah, don't
Just
we
tell me
wish?
a pile of money.
So now down below where the T901 prop site, select that one by it, that one by itself. And we're going to scroll down or see that reference clip boundary.
Mm-hmm.
Select that, change its color to either red or blue or something. And make it style 2 and its weight 1. Okay, now nothing has changed on that yet because there's apparently nothing drawn on that level at that particular drawing. So in that list on the left now where that's open, find the it says yeah, there you go. Not Mill Street, but the other one.
Access profile.
It's on Mill Street. Let me see. Yeah. Well, hold on a second. If we here's the best way, it's just hover over it. And it is no,
Proposed
it's
side rows 303.
yeah, so it is line style 1, color 1, reference T901. So that's this one. Reference clip, there's 1, 2, and 1. It's color 1. And the 1 actually went away. Let's see. Oh, there it is. There's that one. That is 1, 1, and 1. Why is it 1? Oh, it's specifically, I see. I'm going to activate that, and we'll also change its style to be bi-level. There we go. Let's see, did I do that for everything? So now, there we go. That's reference clip boundary. Oh, that's in the PennDOT road border. Okay. So in the PennDOT road border, which is here, there we go. Reference clip will make blue 2 and 1. So now you got it. Now it's looking sort of solid because there's multiple things laying over
Right.
top of it,
Yeah.
so the dots don't necessarily line up. Okay, so now we are going to be using this for B8. So let's go get our grids and our markers.
Okay.
That may be another reason I liked using. No, okay, now first of all, let me show you something here. I'm going to deselect. When you draw a window from the left toward the right,
Mm-hmm.
it only gets everything that's within the
Oh,
window.
the window. Okay.
When you drag it to the left, it gets everything that it crosses. So
okay.
all of those, this, that, this, but it didn't cross those. Okay. So
Okay.
it's easier to make sure you can see it all and then just do that. Make sure you
Okay.
get all the verticals.
And then hold the shift
And
on
they're
that
done.
and deselect.
Hold the control key
Control.
down and click that. Now that's copied, and that's going to be for 1290. What is this one? Also 1290. So perfect. We're just going to copy it down from one to the other. And you copy it from that point and lock the axis by hitting enter. Now go down and find the bottom of one of those red lines. There you go.
Or should I do it like this so I know I got it?
It doesn't matter. Well, I mean, if you see it light up, that's where it's going to be. So,
Okay.
all right. So that's done and even set. So we've got the 1300 is correct. There's 90, 95, 1300. What's their next step?
I need to bring up Excel and see what it's going to be.
Yeah, well, first, before we do that, let's go back and get
Oh, the
this little marker.
okay.
And we'll copy that one from, let's say let's see. Now, while that's in the midst of that, let's pop it up here and see what station it is.
T901.
And that
40
is
plus 50, 57.
40 plus 50. So we'll be back at the 40 mark. It's going to basically be right there. But I'll put it right.
So why is the green one there on that one? Is it
That green one is on level C profile work. So that's just what they use for a working thing. And it's probably, let's see if it's set to plot. Let's see, profile SR1049. See profile work. Yeah, see it's a non-plotting
okay?
level.
So all right. So as long as we see it, but it's not going to
Yeah.
come out on the paper. Okay.
Now there's something else that you can do too. These things, I put them on a level that doesn't plot just because I often forget to do this other thing, but you can make them. See how it says over here, the class is primary?
Mm-hmm.
You can make that a construction type element and they don't plot.
Okay.
Okay. And also, let's go ahead and make those a construction. You can, let's say if you've got this and you're using it to do your work, and now you don't want to see them. Well, you can come up here, pull down your view attributes and turn constructions off. Now,
Okay.
when you do that, you see that it goes away.
Okay.
So that's really the way you should be doing these instead of
Okay.
what I was doing by putting them on a layer that on a level that doesn't plot. However, I wanted to always go back and grab these things, and I tend not to remember to use that construction versus primary
Mm-hmm.
very well. But that's really, I think, the preferred method of doing it.
So
Is
if we were going to add these to that, then you just actually pick each one of them and then put them on that construction.
yeah, that's a property of every element, whether it's primary or construction.
Okay.
Okay. And it's right there. And then you decide whether you want to see your construction elements or not by choosing this. So
Okay.
that goes away or it comes back.
Okay.
All right. And again, when you go to plot, let's just see the plot here a minute. When you're plotting these, you see it's normally not checked on.
Okay. Right. Right.
You
But you could
can
turn
do
them
it.
on if you need.
Yeah, you could turn them on and plot them. But
Okay.
all right. So now back to our spreadsheet, and we've got an elevation of 2.7214, station of 50.57. All right, so remember those numbers, 27214.
Yep.
Back to here, and we're going to copy this one up. And it says from and to, so even if I click out here in space, as long as I stay here on that axis and I type 2, what is it, 7214, I think,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's exactly
times
right.
5, and click. then that even it was from where I picked to, that distance up from where I picked it. So I generally though will like to use the geometry just so I can make sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so there's our marker there, and then this is just like 40 plus 50.57. Now I could have, in fact, let's do that. You could move this, say, from there to here, and that's on the 50. Oops. Too many clicks. So that's on the 40 plus 50, but I'm going to now copy it over from here, just 0.57.
Oh, that's close.
Yeah, see? So that's really, if I'd have done it from here, I would have done it 50.57 and not
Right.
just 0.57, right?
Right.
So, and that's why I'll put this back so it's not too confusing. So we know which two to intersect.
Right.
So go ahead and do that.
All right. So we go to this here, and then I pick this one,
Hmm.
and I want to pick this one.
Yeah, make sure you pick on the half that's you're going to keep, which you're fine. You got it. There you go. So that one's going to be really low. What?
Yeah. I mean, it's way down here.
All right, let's make sure we're on the right thing. This is, see, they're at 1305, and that's not where this is. If this is 1290, that's not 1305. They've got something wrong with their drawing. I bet this is supposed to be 1280. So if that's 1280 instead of 1290, then that means this.
Well, so how do you verify that if that's what it is, or if they're wrong with the
I'll
1290?
I'll show you here. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just move that 10 feet up. So 510. So see how that gets closer to where I'm supposed to be?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to change that back to bi-level. And this to flat. Oh, that's what I thought. I'm not exactly. I think we missed that when we snapped the last time. All right, now this is supposed to be, if I want to move it, what was that?
1302.
2.7214
Mm-hmm.
times 5. So now instead of putting it back down there and doing all this over again, I'm just going to move it from here to here as, now why does it keep, what the hell? Let me see something here. Is this, no, you get 2. Move from here to here. I don't know why it kept moving. All right. So instead of trying to do all that and match it up again, I'm going to move this, and this is how you use this AccuDraw. I'm going to move from here. So this is just like doing the copy. I'm going to sit here, but I'm going to type O and then A. Now that's set the origin.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can go up and I can type 2.7214 times 5. Hit enter, click, done. So now that's going to be where we're going to sit from here to here. And they've just got this mislabeled. And for our purposes, we're going to make sure it's correct. And we'll maybe, out of the kindness of our hearts, tell them that they've got the wrong datum set for that. Now they've got 1304. And see, here's another way you can check. If you place a line from the center of this circle, lock it, we'll come over to here. I might still, oh, I need to, sorry, let me undo that. And now deactivate. All right, so now if I place a smart line, let me just use this color here. So I'm going to place a line from the insert point of that cell, lock it. On that axis, I'll come over to this. And now that is supposed to be 1304.53. So what is our difference here? So if we go from here to here, so 2265.11. You can see I'm just 22.6511 divided by 5. That's 4.53. Okay. So that tells me that's also supposed to be 1280, or that one is 1280. But same thing here. This one said 1290, but that's also at the 1305 level, like this one was, 4.5. We're up here at a 5. So you can see they've obviously got this one incorrect. So I'm going to activate that. Change that to 1280. Now come back out of that. Okay, so now we fixed that, and we should probably let them know.
Yeah, because that could be
we'll just include that in the email to Jeremy and Juan and Tariq, that they can let those guys know that they've got the wrong datum labeled. All right. So now you're going to bring down I'm going to do something here a minute. See, blue is not my best color for that. Blue on that one and on the profile. The reason I do that, because we already are using blue for this. I want another one.
It stands out.
That's on T901 reference. Why is that one still blue? This is on. Did it not change? Yeah. $10.49 axis. Let me see. Axis is not there. Mill Street is not there. Oh, it's on this border sheet. That's why. There we go. Now, I'm not going to bother to go up here and fix any of these other ones that may still, like that one's still blue. I don't care about that. We've got it, it doesn't plot anyway. So, but I just didn't want to be confused here. All right. So now you're going to set B8.
All right. So I got to go to my, Attach.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so this has got a check mark.
Yeah, that tells you that that it's up to date, I think.
Okay. All right. I didn't know because I always seen a pencil eraser before.
Activate status. Let me see here. Am I still activated? No. No, I'm all right. Yeah, I
Okay.
think you're okay with it.
Okay.
All right, so now you're going to attach.
It's
Nope. Go into working, double click working. Now, this is if we wanted to get it, and it's from references, and it's that
okay.
all things. However, we didn't do it that way. We just copied it from the.
Right. Right. So we can cancel
Now,
this.
either way would work.
Okay.
Okay, so but we're going to get the one right above it.
This one here.
Yeah. Right click and copy. Now just go out in the drawing and you're going to click a spot with the left mouse button that like the end of that green line. Don't have to be, it doesn't matter which one it is. Like if you just grab that endpoint, yeah, just left click and see how the axis shows up and then go back and get the same point again. Make sure the little yellow X gets lit up. There you go. Click it again. Okay, now right click and you're done.
Okay.
So now you've placed it exactly where it was before in the sheet above it. So we'll come down here now and find this one,
And we gotta make it B8.
and you see it's right there. So let's just make it this way, make it a little easier. I'm gonna move it from say here over to here.
Okay.
And now you can unclip it and then, or unbound it, and then
Yep. Delete the clip.
delete the clip.
Should we change the names?
Yeah, at some point, but go ahead and approve deleting the clip first of all. There you go. Now go back and we're going to call that B8.
Oh,
Just it.
he didn't like it.
Oh,
Oh, I
still
want
says,
B8.
there
See,
you go.
make sure I'm doing it.
Now that one's done. There you go. Now go up there and clip out B8. It looks like that one you're going to need to do a shape because you got a little bit of B7 sticking underneath it. So, or maybe not. Maybe good. There you go. Looks like it. Make sure you don't have anything sticking out under the left edge. I don't think you do.
Uh,
You're good. Yeah, you're good. All right.
right click,
Yep.
clip,
Yep.
click, saying I
And
want it.
now
Then
move it.
right
You
click,
know,
move,
yep. Yep.
grab it by the middle,
Yep.
and go back to my drawing and snap it right there.
Correct. Now, you know why the middle is active, right? Do you know
Because
why?
is that the snap that we have?
Yeah, well, our snap, I'm gonna just
Okay.
close this off for a minute. Our snap itself, this is called a key point snap.
Mm-hmm.
And key points are like, the endpoint. So if I place a line, say that's a key point on that line, that's a key point, that's a key point.
Okay.
A key point of a circle would be like the center,
Okay.
except right now where I'm doing these key points here, it's not a circle, it's a block, it's a cell.
Okay.
So it's getting those quadrant points around. Um, so you could also do center, but independently. But a key point is defined like this. Because you remember when I built this thing the first time,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I went over here to my locks and I came here and I set my key point divisor. Now, right now it's sitting on 2, And that means that if you point to some kind of linear object, it's going to be divided into two pieces. So you'll get the
Oh,
endpoints
okay.
and the midpoint. But if you set that to be, let's just make it 5. And now you want to place a smart, well, there's a key point. There's a key point. So there's 2, 3, or 4, 5. Well, here's the first segment,
Hmm.
second segment, third segment, fourth segment, fifth segment. So I set my original up to be 10 and I copied that up like click, 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 just do it to 10.
Okay.
So that's what determines it. So it's not necessary. It is the midpoint, but you don't have a midpoint. You do have a midpoint snap. It's over here,
Right.
right here. But you can leave it on key point snap if your divisor is set to
Okay.
to
2.
2, so that it's 2 segments, therefore it's endpoint and the midpoint and the other endpoint. Okay, so that's how that works. And you don't really, a lot of people will do this. They use this multi thing where you can set these different things up and you've got different, you can set up 3 different combinations of different things.
Hmm.
Um, I've never had the need. I've always just done this. Um, but you
Okay.
know, it's just a preferential thing. And with this key point, then you can find pretty much anything you need. And if you need to stop and get an actual intersection or an actual center of something, then you can just click it once, grab it, and it goes away.
Okay.
Works just like OSNAP in AutoCAD, if you're familiar with
Hmm.
that.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. So now we've got a bunch of things that they've got written right over top of it. Now, there's going to be gray in their drawing, and ours will be black. But I really sort of want to move these up anyway.
Hmm.
So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to activate to drill all the way down to that level. So I'm going to get this. Actually, I'll just take all of this. I'm not going to take the grade designations. I'm going to leave those like that. And I'm just going to move this, just click in space, stay on that axis and get above our B8 a little
Okay.
bit. Okay. So that way, you know,
Yeah. And then we need to do our
this
projector.
PVI refers to this one, this PVI refers to this one, but that makes sense. They've got it once, twice, 3 times a lady. All right. All right. So now I'm going to right click and deactivate default. And now you're going to bring down the projected and change its level. Now, remember, if you pick the command first and then you pick the object, it's going to copy it from the place you picked it.
Okay.
It's easier to pick the object first. Uh, you see where yeah, see that's,
Yeah.
pick the object first. Go back to your element selection. There you go. Select the object. Click. Now copy that. And now you can reference those points easier. There you go. You got it. And you're going to change its level. Oh, close that off. There you go. Now you can just pull that down and choose B8, or you could type it if you want, either way, as long as it exists. And it does because we brought the thing in.
Okay.
All right, so that's all. That's all good. That's all we'll need for that. We do need to, just for yucks, just make sure that it will respond. Let's go to the level designation. Open up that last one's plus mark, the next to last one rather, and go to the profile Mill Street, or no, profile 1049. There it is, the second one down from the top, right there. And level 0, you want to change that color to 128. change its style to 2 and its weight to 1. And now close that off and it should have responded. It did. Now I would do it also because this is all going to be on the same sheet. Oh, let me see. No, it's still, I've got to do this.
What is it? A double line?
No, when we changed everything, the only thing we changed was this. We didn't change the style.
Mm.
So I'm going to actually just do it like that. Then I'm going to come out of that one. And just because it's going to be on the same sheet, I'll do it here too. See, it's a different drawing. And then when we come back to us, we'll find that profile. Now we did 1049, but there's also profile Mill Street 0. So, ooh, there we go. We forgot to change that.
Yeah, behind the curtain.
I'm not sure. See, this should work. If I just activate it and then go backstage. But I find this doesn't always work, or maybe it takes a little while for it to. Somebody from Minneapolis. All right, now if we deactivate that, now if we activate that, change its color. Let's see how that's still jumbly.
Mm-hmm.
But if I say that, however, I think there's profile Mill Street. Let's see, what do we have? Profile Mill Street. See, this says that it's in that there's an override or that it's activated. So no, it's activated. I don't, yeah, see, I can't reload it. I can't reload it from there. It'd have to be in the file that referenced it to reload it. So we go back up to here. I can't even do that. Why can't I reload that? Says it's up to date. Well, oh, I know one because I was in the other model. So now if I do this, no, get the right tool. Crawford, come on here. Let's see. Now I can reload it. All right, so it's been reloaded. Can I do that at the sub level? I wonder. Profile Mill Street. Yeah, you can reload it from there. All right, now. Let's see. Now, did it read the color? Yeah, see, now that got it.
Mm-hmm.
So it just needed to be reloaded or give it enough time to do it. So now we'll set this one on Mill Street, profile Mill Street as 128, 2 and 1. Yeah, there we go. All right. So now we're not putting a stick over there, but I just wanted to make sure that we're
Same. Yeah.
good to go. All right. So we're done with the profiles, short of plotting them. So I've got basically 4 sheets, which you can see them there, B1, 2, and 4, B3, B6, and 7, B9. So we're going to make one for B5 and one for B8. And because it's already, everything's all golden and set up, we're just going to copy these. So I'm going to select one there, copy it. And this one's going to be B5, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Leave the profile sheet as a description, but we'll keep that logical B5. And let's go back and copy that one again just for yucks.
B8.
B8. All right, so now we got each of those. So now let's look at B9 because that was the last one we did successfully. And you see we've got, these are light and skinny. Let's see what. Level 1. So alg0 text, we set to 80 with a weight of 1. Everything else is black with a weight of 1, except for that and that. This probably should also be level 1. Let's make let's see, let's make yeah, that makes it a 2. Let's see if we did it over here for this one. No, so we'll do the same thing there. Let's get them all while we're doing it here. It's all on level 1. I'm just control clicking each of those references for level 1. I'm going to make a weight of, we'll make them 5 just to make sure they do show up. So now we'll put it back to a 2. Okay, so now those titles should all be weight of 2. What is this one? Oh, it's still, what the hell? Didn't stick. Let's see. 1, level 2. This one, level 2. Apparently you can't jump around to those different ones.
It makes you do individual.
Yeah. Which is one reason I like to copy these models down. So I don't have, once I got them into place, if I switched one and changed it, then it should inherit it from the copy. But all right. Now let's look, starting up here with this one. Now this should be, see, all right, that's in a prop side road 1. Level 1. Why didn't that? There we go. Right, that I must have just missed that one. Let's see here. That I can tell by looking.
Yeah, it looks like
That looks good. That looks good. That looks good. And that looks good, but you notice these three are all the very same thing.
mm-hmm.
We need to fix this one now because it's not, now the only thing we have referenced is his seal, of course, but then we've got the overall default model referenced.
Mm-hmm.
So what we need to do now for each one of these copies is change our clip. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit. There's my B5. I'll bring up my attachment tools here. And I'm going to right click, delete clip. Okay. So now the one I want for the 5 is down here. So here's where we're going to snap exactly to those dots.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to set our fence,
Mm-hmm.
do a double tap, a double tap, and now right click that and say clip boundary, done. Now we're going to need to move it here. We'll do that in just a second. Let's go ahead to this one. I'll get some there. Sorry. Delete clip. And now we'll come down to this one. And click. Okay, so now we have to move them up into our space where our page is. So we go back to this one. What happened to that? Did we not do it? I think we did it on the wrong one. All right, try it again. All right, so that's as I expect. And what about this one? That's as I expect. All right, so for each one of those sheets, we're going to move the reference. And there's our little thing we copied down.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to move this. I'm staying down. I'm on B9 or B8.
B8.
And I'm going to move that. I'm just going to grab this corner because I know that's the same as, whoops, that's not right. We lost our clip dot. Let's see, I've got all of this in there. That's my overall sheet. Actually, you know what I need to do is let's take the clip off. And now let's move it from here over to here. And now we'll move it right back to that corner there. And now Oh, no, let's see something. All right, let's try this one more time. If we move, I know what I need to do. I went the wrong corner. I need to go from here. On this one, I need to move this from here to that corner right there. So that puts it on our page. And then we can go back and set our crap. Missed it. Move from here to here. Actually, it didn't miss it, but I clicked off of it and it moved. I clicked off. All right, so now we'll set our fence. From there to there. Now we zoom in and that should be our B8, which it is. All right, so let's now go up to here. Yeah, we don't have that clip showing us what we needed. So let's delete the clip. So now I want to move this guy from here up to here. And now set that clip.
Do you set the dots or do the dots come that way?
It came that way.
Okay.
Normally I don't because I always draw my title, my borders. I start at 0, 0.
Okay.
So I can just type coordinates.
Okay.
But that looks good. We're all framed. Everything's good to go. And this should be B5. Indeed it is. Okay, so now all we need to do to finish is set the levels to match like this. And so here we go. Remember the blue and all that won't plot.
Right.
So let's see. What do I want? Did I get these? Let's set the level 1s now. All right, I'm on B5. So let's see, it's this guy here. Set 2. Yeah, and this one is already done. All right, so that's good there. Now we're going to do what? This guy, we need to miss this is existing ground. So I'm going to go all the way down to here. Change it to be by level, by level, by level. Whoops. Come back out. And now that was profile Mountain View Drive realigned. It's in our one right here. So profile Mountain View Drive realigned. 0 is going to be, oh, freaking A. a second. Let's see. I shouldn't have to even go back to change their color list because when it reads this color, it's going to be our 128. No, it's not either. It brings up theirs. All right, so back to it.
Behind the scenes.
And with a settings, file, color table, default, attach, save settings, back, and now from
Yeah, their color palette reminds me of Lost in Space on their dash counter.
yeah. All right, so now good. All right, so we got it. Activate default. There we go.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back, Ken.
All right.
Hello. No, no. Yeah, I'll call him. Yeah. Yeah, I'll call. All right. Yep. All right, I'm back. Sorry.
Alrighty. So now the two axis ones. I'm looking at these things, Chuck. We'll have to see the PDF when we're done.
Yeah, what it
Just,
looks like. Yeah.
yeah, we may be making these too light. I don't know. See, these are set to 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay when you zoom in, but then when you're out here, they're kind of muddy. So we'll stick with our 1s, but if not, we may need to go through and change. Now, this is on level 55 of the profile. Yeah. There we go. No, that's a level 2. That's fine. It's level 1. We said, okay. All right, so that's in accordance with the way we've got the other ones done, I think, for B5. Let's make sure. We'll look up here B3. B9. What's this? Oh, 2. Okay, that's good. Yep. All right, so I think we're good to go with that one.
Okay.
And by the way, they want us, we found out in the meeting today, they want us to take a crack at these sheet numbering, and then
Mm-hmm.
they'll change those if they need to. Now that's on level 1.
So are those manual for the numbers then?
Say again?
So those are manual. They're not going to be an automatic deal.
That's correct. They can be if you use that index.
Right. Otherwise, they're going to have to do them manually. Okay. Just
All
wanted to
right,
make
so
sure.
that's
Yep.
level 2,
Mm-hmm.
and that's level 2, level 1 of our top level. Yes, so I think what I want is level 1. This is on proposed side road 01. Okay. So here we go. Proposed side road 01, level 1 is a 2. Level 2, this is level
The one.
1. So not 1 and 2, but level 1 and 2. So there's 2, level 2. So that's a 1. Okay. So good to go with that one. Let's do the same thing here. Level 1 and 2. Boy, this sure would be nice if I could do this.
And just do them all. Yeah. There's
And
level 1, level 2.
let's see, level 1, we made a 2. And then level 2 should be a 1. All right, now let's see if that worked
No. Oh yeah, it did. Yeah, 2 and 1.
for there. Yeah,
Yep.
it worked for there. All right, I must have done something wrong the last time. So now that looks like there's the first sheet, the second sheet, the third sheet. Now I'm just looking at that little box down below.
Mm-hmm.
Now what's wrong with this one? Level 1, so on these two, level
There's level 1
should be a 2
and then a 1.
and then a 1. So maybe it didn't work. Maybe I already had those changed. So that should be a 1. It is. Let's go to this one now. Yeah, so it didn't really work.
Yeah, you can't select multiples, then it's an individual thing.
Yeah, it's supposed to.
You would think they would allow that, but
Well,
2 and a 1.
they do, and I don't know the rules. There's something about the hierarchy. All right. So now those are all set for all 5 of those. And now we've done this. All of those match. All of that now for here. We got that one done. Let's now fix this one finally. We open up. This is our overall. And we're on the last one, which is down here.
Level 1.
So that's done there. But now, yeah,
Right.
I've got those finished, but now I need to find this. So I've got, this is on C alga 0, but that's in the 2 subs. So the profile, both of these should be white and 2. Let's see, did we keep that a 2 or make it a 3? I think it's still a 2. Yeah, it's a 2. All right. So we got those. Now we need to do from within here the actual profiles. The line we got set, the symbol, and the text. We want to make color 80 and 1. The profile axis and text. And then these 2 guys. Whoops, let's do that one and that one. Okay, and then finally, that's on the profile, so we do the same thing for the axis. These 2 guys. Okay, now see this one that says 4 and 1, but you don't see any yellow lines with weight of 1 because that's an empty layer on this axis. See, that's these parts, whereas the profile is these parts. So that's what makes it so luscious, he says facetiously. All right. We've got a few things here. What is that level? 2, see profile axis text. That should be on the axis subs. So the axis and the axis. See profile axis text. Should be a 1. There we go.
Mhm.
All right. Make sure that's set for B5. It's not. So on the axis references, profile axis text. There we go. All right, now I'm going to save settings for each one of these. All right, so that's, as far as I know, that's good to go. We've got seals and signatures, everything except these references to these different sheets.
Sheets.
So we'll come back, make sure that's a level 1 on what file? Reference 073.
Yeah, T901 proposed side road. Yep, nope, down.
Yeah, but no, there's 901 and 1049. That's, see, that is on proposed side road 3.
T901.
It's that one. And this one is on proposed side road 3, also T901. Oh, that was the other one. So it's just this one. And that is level 1. So that's going to be a 2, I think we said we're going to use. All right. I think that one's already done. Yep. Okay. I think we're,
Cooking with steam.
yeah. Settings there. We didn't changes to that. All right. So I think we're good on the profiles till we get these sheet numbers. We'll figure that out. What do we got here? Oh, that's one. All right. I know what that is. One's for the border, one's for this reference. So all of these numbers and such here, we're going to be changing. Now, notice the font is different. Look at the ones.
Yeah,
These are the new fonts. So we'll make these match.
match.
And the same thing is we'll probably change this one to be that same font as well. So that font would be like this is in Prop Side Road 02. Let me see what these are in. So that's in the border. That is in the border. That's in the border. I gotta figure something out about that in a minute. It should be, if that's in the border, what, do they all say 15 of 16? Yeah,
13.
no, see, that one says 13.
13.
Oh, it's not in the border. That's in profile sheets. Okay. So this is in profile sheets. Yeah, and this one's in. No, it's also profile sheets, but it's in the border. Profile sheets.
Proposed
SRT
side road too.
and proposed side road 2. Okay, there we go. All right, so yeah, they should be like the border should hold the total. That number is not going to change. Those other numbers should be, they could either be in the ones that we referenced that had there, that's what it is right now, or we could have it just straight into these models themselves. But anyway, we'll fix all that. All right, so we got the plans, we got the profiles, we need to do this cross sections, and then we're going to put the sheets all together. We got to do the index sheet. And so we'll have the index, and that's where we'll go back to that I-81 and refer to that. We'll put all that together, and then we'll generate a set and get them out to these guys to do a check on.
Yep.
All right, so cross sections. What's their email say now? Because of the cross sections, we're going to go here
Well,
just like we've been doing for plan and profile. And I'm going to just, I've got everything already sort of kind of set up with this one here. So I'm just going to do a save as, and I'll put this in working instead of plan sheets, profile sheets. Let's call this one XSECN. Oops, except let's do it. So cross section sheets, and we'll save that. Now, when we come back to this, we're now in cross section sheets. So I'm going to take all of these and get rid of them. And in this, I'm going to get rid of all of these. So this is all stuff that we've added into ours, into our model space. We're not going to need any of that stuff except perhaps these greens and blues. So I'm going to do this. What did that say as a projected? We'll need to keep one of those too. So I'm going to take this. This. Let's see something. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get rid of these. So I've got the marker and the grid, and I do want to save it projected. I'm just going to move that. So, whoops, no. Well, yeah, we'll finish that. All right, I'm going to take all of this stuff, get rid of it. What do we have up here? Those are just those little names. All right, so that's going to be my stuff. I'm going to make this the right way. I'm going to set those to be construction class. All right, so that's that. Set to construction class. We're reviewing construction. And there we go. So now we need to figure out the sheet, the DGN files that the prime used to draw the cross sections on.
Okay.
So back to the email, what does it say the section sheets are going to be? And we're only going to have the 3, I think. Sections, we got 1, 2, and 3. We got B3, 6, 7, and 9. So 4 sheets we'll have to bring in, and it's all on the SR118.
Yeah, mainline.
But we need section 482, section 488, which will have two of our borings on them. And then section 492. So 482, 488, 492. So back to the PDF. And let's do this. Do we have? Oh, no, it's a separate sheet. So close that. Let's open from, whoops. Right here. Yeah, that's where I wanted. Cross sections. That's what I was looking for. Sorry about that. All right, we're looking for, what was the email, 488 for something?
First one is 482 plus balls.
So that's the one on,
That's B3 supposedly.
it's 43,
482.
4220. 42 balls up here at the top. So this is, whoops, and it may all be from the same DGN. I think it is. SR 118 EMB. So we go back to here and we are going to reference, going to attach from our DGN folder, SR 1018 EMB. See, 118 is also a bunch of sections, but since their official sheet's EMB, we're going to use that one, interactive. We're going to say, we'll choose this and we're going to call this one SR 118 cross sections, because I think it's all going to be in one file, except we're going to take that A out of there. Copy that, copy this. And live nesting, if necessary, we'll put it there. We'll say, okay. And it wants to know the top of our view. We'll just put it anywhere here. Now, you see how these are huge?
Mm-hmm.
That's because they are annotative. If I were to select this piece of text, it's now select, let's see, let's select that piece of text. I look over in its property. It says, is annotation? Yes, it is true. True. It says true, but it has a height of 3 feet. So there's several things you can do with several ways to handle this. One is in the attachment file, if you select this, and then at the bottom of this document here, of this list, you see that little button right there?
Mm-hmm.
It's use annotation scale. So if I turn that off, the things that are annotative no longer becomes annotative. Now that's problematic with line styles. So I'm not going to do it there. What I am going to do, however, is take this, and this is in same file that, right. So I'm going to go into this file. It's called Topo, really? Oh, I guess it is. All right, so let's go into this file. Let me go into that file, into the section file. See, they're one of these people that uses that multi-snap thing.
Mm-hmm.
Switch that back now. So I've got all of this stuff here. This gets tricky because they're referencing some of the stuff. Now, this particular thing, that's just it's level 12 and it's in the topo file. See, they've got a scale of 100. These people. Scale should never be set to anything other than 1. That was level 12. Mm, 12. Hang on a second. All right. Let's do it this way. Let's go here. Exchange. So that is level 12. It's an existing guide rail is what it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to select that level. Oops. Not 0, but 12. And I'm going to right click and I'm going to say display set set. So it's basically isolating the layer. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got some of these things here, some signs. This is a line string. Now that's supposed to be, you see, it's got that big circle on it.
Mm-hmm.
So all of these lines, they've got them scaled up to be 100. So I'm going to select these complex chains, line strings, and lines and shape. Let's see, I may have to do them individually. I'm going to open up its line string parameters. I'm going to change that to 1. Line string. 1. And there's a very complicated reason as to why you have to do this over and over again.
Doesn't like that change.
Well, it's changing it. It's drilling down into it.
Oh, okay. So, all right, multiple.
So now these lines are all 0, so they don't have a scale, neither does this one, but this complex chain, you see here, this one is a scale of 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So there's something in here that it's hanging up on. But I think it's drilled down. Yeah, so they're all sitting on 1. I'm just going to verify that real quick here. All of these. Those are that's what's causing it, is that the style of 0 doesn't have a scale that you can set. That's why it came back with that varied thing. It should allow you to, but
Hmm.
now there's a fence. Now see, that should also have see, I've already changed those before for some other stuff. All right. So I think we're good to go. We'll double check these last ones, 6 of them. Okay, good to go. Now, everything looks like it should look. I'm going to right click and display set clear, which turns all that back on. I'm going to go back to where I was with this left arrow. You're going to do that
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Go back one. And now, see those giant
Circles.
circle things
Yeah.
didn't show up because
Right.
however, we do have something here. What is this? Level 4. Edge line. Bless you. So they've got some things, edge lines. Now these edge lines, like right here, it's a saw cut. Let me get to this guy right in here. That's also an edge line, a line scale of 1. Okay. We may have to. I may have to reload a line style here in a minute. So let's see. All right, we're looking at 482, did we say?
Yep. 42 plus balls.
There's 120. 4280 right there. So it's the second one down on the leftmost column. That's where our first one's going to go. And I don't want to do this. We put our,
Yeah. So 482 and 480.
oh, let me see. Let's, there was that text. What was the text? All right, send us back to the left again.
Okay.
All right, so here's what I need to find. I need to find these things, which are, that's in topo. Is that right? Reference SR118 X sections E and B. And it references topos, level 9 of topo. So if I do this, if I'm going to go into my reference, I'm going to open up this list. I think it's right here at this level. So if they locate topo, well, there's topo. Now, if I turn off this, of course, it won't let me control it. What's the level name? Serve Anno, I think. Let's do this first. I'm pretty sure we don't even need that level on. I'm just going to turn that level off. Save those settings. And this is storm text. I'm going to turn that level off too. I think. How about we just make that not annotative? Let's see, we deactivate that. Oh, I know why. Proposed. There's V-storm text, but what reference file was it in? That's all right. Let me see. V, it's not that. Shouldn't be any of those. Should be here. The storm. Text. I don't see V-storm text as a level. Well, that's all right. I don't think it was anything that was called out in here. Oh, now there it's back again. Let's see, what's that? All right, it is on. It's only showing up. Well, let me select it. Well, let's select all. No. All right. It's our station 901-4413. So 901. Let's see it again. Station 901-4413, blah, blah, blah. So that's not even on ours. This thing is problematic. Let's see. I think it might have been because I was down in a level, down deep in a level. Nope, it's still not letting me do that. Turn it on and off. I'm afraid if I turn off the annotation scaling that I'm going to lose out on some of these
the profiles.
Line styles. However, I don't think they've got any specific line styles to have to worry about. All right, we'll do that for now. All right, we're gonna put these up here, sort of where we're working. All right, go back to the PDF. So we've got, yeah, they get those right-of-way line styles. Okay, that's fine. That table is not populated. Those are skinny, also not populated. They don't have any of it populated, that's fine. Heavy, 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 da, da, da. Dots and such, okay. Yeah, see, PennDOT cross-section sheets are just nuts. All right, so, all right, there's that one, what it looks like. Let's go to I-81 and see what it looks like. Oh man, where is? Yeah, that's the previous geotech folder, you jerks. All right, GER. Now this file. Yeah, where's the? We were in plans. There we go. This is what I want to look for. Plots. These are profiles. Cross sections. Oh, Lord God, let's see. They've got the do floppies up here. So we have to
Table.
repeat those. We'll need this. This sheet is included for the convenience of the blah blah. Okay, so this is what we have to model. And for the ones that we need this for, we'll have to put that on there. We'll just copy that from the profile sheets. And they've also got those done. Now, did we also have those on the pro? Yep, okay. Why do they? Oh, they put theirs down here instead of at the top on that sheet. Okay. See, this is not on a PennDOT. It's not on the PennDOT cross-section sheet like ours here that have all of these multiple levels. I mean, multiple grid lines and such. Let me see. Let's see, back to. That is theirs. This is I-81. Now they used the same border as they did for the profiles up here, say. See, that border's the same.
Mm-hmm.
So you got two of these. This is prepared by Dewberry, prepared by AWK. Yeah, they may make us do that, and we'll have to do that and that. See, here's a profile. Now here, you see this? We may need to put those on for all of our sheets, even though we don't put the analysis numbers up here at the top. So I think that's one thing we're going to have to do. All right, before we forget that, let's go back and fix that part. So I am here in the one file. All right, so sorry to keep bouncing this
Oh, that's all
around,
right.
but I want to make sure we have fewer things to correct when he comes back. All right. So here's one without, we did not put the sampling, but if we looked at this one, for instance, we have the sampling and we've got these. So I'm going to put these on all the sticks, even though we don't have these on some of them, because that's the way I-81 is.
Mm-hmm.
So back to the model where we can copy that guy up and place it on each one of those. But we're going to place those based on their being. Let's go back here to this tab. I'm in soil profile. Reference. We've already got that boring 9, so I'm not worried about that one, but this is, and that's the one in this table 2. So I'm going to say table 1. Oh, crap. By the way, when you, did you notice when I double clicked that, it loaded up Power Survey SS2?
Yeah, that's what I've been using on my
Yeah.
machine.
Well, I know that's what you normally use and stuff, but are you aware of, like, when you run, if somebody else is using it and if you run it and it gives you that little warning,
Mm-hmm.
you know not to do it?
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we've got to, because what's happening is every time you get that warning, if you keep going ahead, AWK gets charged
Oh,
a
okay.
huge amount of money
Okay.
to do that because we're exceeding the license count. So that's why you should probably get used to doing everything in
ORD.
ORD anyway.
Yeah, we're trying to move to ORD, even with the curb ramp stuff that gets done for.
Yeah.
We're trying to move that way. So
By the way, with the curb ramp stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't get Dave to get off his old ways, but there is what we call civil cells
Mm-hmm.
that you give it the trace line of the back of the curb, and it will build all that stuff in 3 dimensions for you, the entire curb ramp, and sets does all
Well,
the slopes and all that. You don't have to
we should be
sit there
doing
and
that.
just, well, we should be, but
Yeah, I agree with that 1,000%. That sounds like it just save a bunch of time.
yeah, it would. All right. So here's where we're going to go. So we're going to refer to this. So B1, B2, B3, those are our test steps. So now back to ours. So this is B1, B2, and B4. So let's get this and this. What level is that on? B3. I'm going to copy that from, say, there. One up here. One over here. And one over here. Now, this is B4, so I'm going to change just the level. B4, we'll get this and this. B3, this and this. I'm sorry, it's B2 rather. 2, this and this. B1, this and this. Did I get that? Yeah. All right, so let's work on this sheet first here. All right, so that's now there. 1, 1.5 to 5, 0 to 5, 1 to 7. 1 to 5, 0 to 5, 1 to 7. So our 1.5 line is probably right there. 1.5 to 5 is 3.5 feet, so that's it. So remember how we did this? We did the fence and we set it to clip. So as long as we get that in it, is that going to work? Stretch. Lock it and go to here. Yes, there we go. And then we're going to line up horizontal centers. This and this. All right, so there's 1.5 to 5. These things may already be done. Then there was what, 0 to 5? Yeah, 5 feet, and then 1 to 7. So this should say 6 in there. It does. So that's 1 to 7. Perfect. So we don't have to keep referring to that necessarily. So we'll set our fence again. Manipulate, stretches on. We're going to go from there, lock it. This was 0 to 5, I think they said. Align. Okay. And this is also going to go up to this line here, not the top. So show me how to do that.
All right, we do our fence. Do our stretch.
Pay attention. When you
Oh,
clicked that tool, yeah,
I'm sorry.
there you go. What do you gotta do first? You have to place the fence first. There you
Right.
go. Yep, that's all you're
Uh,
worried about there. Now you go back and choose
manipulate.
modify. Yeah, manipulate rather not modify. It's manipulate the contents.
Right.
Modify the fence lets you change the shape of the fence, but we're gonna do this there. Stretch it
Stretch.
on. So now just anything there, click and go up and make sure it's on the axis, hit the enter key. Now grab the end point of that little line that sticks out to the side, not the top, but remember it's 1 foot down. You see that? There you go. You could even go all the way over to the right and grab that one that sticks it. Yeah, but you don't need to now. You've already snapped to the same place.
Oops.
Undo that. Just one level undo. Okay, now right click and be done. You're done. Right click and then,
Yeah, I did right click.
okay. The fence is still active, but there you go. Choose that. And now what are you going to do?
Oh, we're gonna
Align.
do the center. Let's see, where's my center thing?
All right, every tool on here is a selection tool. It's not a selection. Go to the next panel is a placement. We're not placing anything, so let's go to the next one. It's manipulating.
This one.
Almost. That's copy parallel or move parallel. There it is. Okay.
Horizontal.
Yeah.
Click this one first,
There's our source,
and then where we want to
target.
align.
And now we left click to accept, right click to conclude. Okay. Now go back and grab your select element arrow as you're done with the command. There you go. Perfect. So there's those done. 1, 2, and 4. I think 3 was already done because it was the one that we had no, this is the next sheet down, the next, yeah, see, so we already did 3
Mm-hmm.
because it was, we had the chemical analysis. So,
Right.
so scroll back out and find the sheets that don't have that little bar at the top that just, you see, that sheet's good. Go down past the bottom below that. That sheet's good. The next sheet down is good. All right, it's the last 2 sheets that we need to do the same thing on. Okay, so go back up 1 sheet.
Steal the
Grab
bar.
grab that little thing and the text.
So I can select them both first and then say copy.
Yes. And we're going to copy from the midpoint of the bottom line because that's usually where they've not that, but of the stick. Right above the 5.0.
Okay.
Go down. No. Over here. Right
Okay.
there. Okay. So in relationship to the stick, we're going to line this up
With the bottom
on
one.
each of these. So we're going to do one for this one, which we didn't have one there, but it's here.
Mm-hmm.
And now that one's placed, and let's go and find this last one, which there's only one here. There we go. Now, one thing that this is still bothering me, this is, we're not in a model. No, this is in profile mountain view. Profile mountain view 0. Profile mountain view. There we go. completely did not need to do that. It was just bothering my sense of anal retentiveness. All
Yeah,
right, so now we're going to set these on. So if you look at that, that's on level B9. This is on level B9, but we want it to be on B8.
B8.
So now you can't select a cell and change its level right here. You'd have to find each of the components in the cell and change those, because sometimes cells are made up of multiple different levels. Okay. But if you do this tool here, the change attributes and change that level, then when you say down here, you can say change whole element. So that will drill down and change all of those. So now I can choose that. I know it's going to be B8, or you can use the medicine dropper to set your source. So there's now switched to B8. Then I'm going to pick this one and this one. Did I get it? Yeah. And then click and be done. Now, show me the last one. Do the last one for me. Or that was the last one. Go. That one should be B5. So zoom up to it, and there you go. Now, do your medicine dropper to get the stick level.
So here.
Yeah. Or in any part of that stick is fine. It'll be B8,
So
B5.
B5.
Yeah. Now make sure it says B5. There you go. Now
Yep.
pick
This
that and the
this.
text, and then click off of it. Or just left.
I wanted to see. I'm just verifying. Yep, B5.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Now go back to get your element selector tool. Okay. We've set the height now already for the first one. And this one, I think, you see where it says 5.0 in the middle of the stick? That means their sample height, I'm sure, was from 0 to 5. So we need to stretch that one up to the top. And we'll go back and verify this in a second.
Okay. So we're going to move this.
We're not move it, but we're going to.
Yeah, we're going to make it this is the 5 mark, or right here?
No. See this 5 foot down here? That tells me that that's the 5 foot stick. This 5 foot is the height of this in here. So it goes from 0, it's the depth down. So from 0 to 5. So if you look at this B5, this one. So B5, right there, see that 0 to 5? That's what we're after.
So why is the 5 in the middle? That's what I'm trying to say. Look.
They're showing you that's a number that represents the total height. So if you now it goes from 0 to 5, so it matches, it's 5. But if you looked at, remember this one went from 1 to 7. Let's see, where is it up here? So there's 7, and it went from 1 to 7. So it's only 6. So 1 to 7 is 6. And here's 1, and here's 7. That's why we went to that line. This one over here went from 0 to 5, and it says 5. But this one went from 1.5. So there's your half, there's your 1.5 down to 5, which is 3.5. And that's why this clips out to that top. And that is your number here. B1 is 1.5 to 5, 0 to 5, 1 to 5, B3. Now we've already done 1 to 5 on B3 the other day. So that's what that number in the middle of these sticks is representing, is the total height that they sampled. So it's between samplings of that. Okay. So that's all we're doing, is we're just tying these things up. So there's a 7, it's 6 foot down, so it's 1 to 7. And usually he's got little side sticks out here. So now back down to ours. And we have one of them here. And see, that's 7, but it's 6. So it goes from 1 to 7. And that right there is probably the 1 mark. In fact, if I were to measure this, this is going to be from here to here. Whoops. Let's measure that again. From here. Let's measure distance. between points. From here, I'll lock the axis and I'm going to come up here and I see that's basically 30. Divide 30 by 5 and you get 6. Okay, so that's the 1 foot mark. He doesn't have the 1 labeled. He's got the 7 labeled. All right, so that's where we're going to stretch this one to, is up to this line right in here. So you would do it simply here, go back, place your fence. Done with that. Manipulate your contents. We're going to go from any part of that, lock the axis, go to right there. Now that's done. And you can simply
Align the center.
align. Okay, so now that's done. Is this on level B8? And there's B8. All right, so now, so for B5, you're going to do the same thing. Now that goes from 0 to 5, and there's your 5, there's your 5. Zero's at the top. That's 0 depth. So now stretch the end of this. Don't move it, because this we need to keep down here. So go ahead. Now one of these, by the way, it's not always to the end, because we had, in fact, some of these, sometimes you'll see they'll be really long, as long as the paper. Sometimes they're so long you have to break it and to put it in. But we had one the other day. Let's see. Number 7 that we did twice. Remember?
Right.
There were 2 samplings, and it didn't even go down to the bottom.
Right.
So that went from 0 to 4.5, and then from 4.5 to 7.5. Those are the ones that are lined up there, you see.
Okay.
All right. So now you're going to show me that one. Fix that one for me. Okay, now it's right. There you go. When you hover over those and you get those little markers, make sure they're solid yellow, because sometimes they'll show up just like you were doing there. Like if I said place a smart line, see if I'm like right in, you see how it's white, it's not yellow.
Right.
So you want to make sure it's yellow. So even if you're like over there, now you could have used that, but it's not going to snap to that. It finds it, but it's not going to snap to it until it's yellow. There, it's yellow.
Okay.
Or now what happens, and the reason this is this way is because sometimes there's too much stuff in there for it to find it necessarily because if you get closer to that one, you might pick up on some other line work that you don't want. So if you see it where it's ghosted, but not yellow, not solid, if you click both buttons on the mouse, do a tentative, it will jump to that place.
Okay.
Okay. Same thing as if I just, and you can even, if you just tentative snap something, it's going to always find the next key point when it finds it there. So that's how that works. Okay. Now line them up. Okay. One more thing to do. And what is that, do you think?
Not sure.
Okay. You see this word? Those are the classifications, the USCS and the AASHTO classifications. We just copied one from all over the place. We did the ones differently the other day where we had these labels. See, there's a GCGM A4, and that matches GCGM A24. We didn't change that one. Ooh, good catch. I'm glad we double checked it. A-2-4. That's B9. Is that right? B9.
Yeah, A24.
A24. Okay. Wow. So let's go back and double check all of these. In fact, I'm going to let you start with all these. This is 1, 2, 4, 3. You know how they go. Look at what those are. Go back over to this sheet make sure, you're on the right line and you're going to put these down here. Now you see that A-1 b,
Mm-hmm.
you have to use a lowercase b because that's the AASHTO designation. It's significant. So you don't want to leave it all capital letters. So go ahead and change those. Just look at what these are because they're going to be different and they're going to be in a flip-flop order, you know.
Well, so right here, I'm just looking at this.
Yeah. Now here yeah, see that
I know,
A1.
but
Yeah,
they're at,
yes, but it's not necessarily the case. It is, I would always verify it with that
with the sheet.
table, but it's probably going to match. Okay.
Okay.
So where was that first
The
one that we switched? Was right in here, I think. The
yeah.
A24. See that A24 GCGM? Well, see. Now, when I say they may turn out that they all are that way.
Mm-hmm.
And you can even go through and look and see comparatively and decide for yourself. Um, but I would refer to that chart as the Bible.
Okay.
And now Jeremy may say, oh, yeah, it's always the same, in which case we would know we don't need that other file, but this way we can look at it.
Verify. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Let me look and see what we got. Hold
So
on.
while you're doing that, Mr. Chuck, I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
skip to the little boys' room here for a second. I'll
Okay.
be right
Yep.
back. All right, I'm back, Chuck, whenever I'm watching you work to it. Looks good.
Okay. B4 is A24. All right, B4. B4 is GCGM A24. A24. All right, B5. B5 is all right. B5. B3. Six, 7. B5. Here we go. B5 is GCGM A24. Okay. B5.
Yeah, so I'm guessing, Chuck, that those things do match.
B6 is
But since they duplicated them all, I'm gonna
A4
say we're good to go.
SL. B6. B6. What's up here? B6 is A4 SM. Yep, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do B7. B7 is
Yeah, and that'd be four. What was that B4 you were just looking at?
no, the last one I just did was B6.
B6. I see. Okay, never
Yeah,
mind. Yeah.
yeah. So now I'm on the B7 is
Now
A4.
B7, remember, has two of them, but now we already did B7 the other day.
Right. So you should have an A4 GM and you should have an A24 GM.
Yeah. So if you go back to your drawing,
And let's look at B7. Should be
okay, see right here's two of them right there. So right here.
right GM A4 and then
Yeah.
GCGM, which this is A24, but it
Yeah.
should be just GM, right?
Well, the GM went with the A4. Let's see. Ah, hang on a second here. So 7 was GMA4 and GMAT4. You're exactly right. GMA4. So yeah, so that should be, yeah, fix that one then.
Should just be GM.
Yeah, just GMA24. Yeah, now click off of that. Now that very possibly, I'm going to say if those things are supposed to match, then Jeremy has an error in his stick work. But
All right. So then B8.
I'm going to assume that that stick work comes out of Ghent and is automatically generated. So I don't know.
B9. B5. B8. So we should be A4CLML.
Yeah.
Yep, CLMLA4. All right, the last one was going to be B9.
Looks to me like they all do match except for that one on A7, that one last one on A7 is what it looks like.
And then
Now,
our B-
B9 is in that other sheet,
B9.
but we did B9 based on this chart the other day. So I think, yeah, and we don't have that other sheet loaded up into that file. We've only got the first page of that.
Okay. Yeah, there's B9.
So if you want to check it, go back to the other drawing now. Now, open, go up there to your little folder icon. Oh, keep going up, all the way tippy top. There you go. Open that, and instead of that,
Table
yeah,
2.
at table 2. And there's B9.
The A24G GCGM.
Yep.
Yep, that's right.
Okay. So that looks good. Now, if you go back, let's take a peek back over here at some of these. I was wondering, see, that matches. I want to find one that they've got. I see down here they've got GC, GM, A24, and that matches that.
Right.
Yeah, see, I think he's being redundant. So like here's A1 little b GM. They only sampled this much of it, but the driller said this much of it was that.
Right.
So, yeah, that's right. So they're being a little redundant. That's okay. We'll take it as it is. All right. So we're going to need to get this and these for the ones we have. Let me see. Looks like every one of their cross-section sheets has the chemical. So maybe not this one.
And the one below it. Yeah, there's another
Nothing on that one. So, so I think we'll be good to assume
Yeah, there's none on that one.
the only ones that we want to worry about having this on are the ones that also have it on in the profile.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we'll do. All right, now we have finished our profiles. They've now got all the little brackets and labels, the tables where they're supposed to go on those 3, which are there are 4, but the 3 sheets. And in fact, those are the only ones we're doing cross sections on anyway.
Mm-hmm.
We're not doing these other cross sections. Right? What's the email say?
Section borings.
Yeah, 3, 6, and 7, and 9. So 3, which was this one,
6 and 7.
6 and 7, and 9. Yep. So those are the 3 we need into cross sections. We got them in profile. So, all right. So we're good to go with this file. Let's now go back and open up our cross section sheets. Now remember, we are referencing this in, now let me take a peek. When they have it, they show just one. They just show one cross section on each sheet. I mean, one section of the roadway. See, here's where they did that.
You got
break.
long ones.
Yeah. But they don't have, and this is done at 1 to 5 and 1 to 5, whereas uh, in this, that they've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, they're all stacked up. So
Mhm.
what we'll do is we're going to limit our reference to, in this case, it was 482 plus balls, which was
Mhm.
this one right here on the top. So we're going to limit this to, what's down here. Let me see if we can do that by level or what. So if I look at this one, that's on level C, right away legal. Yeah, that won't work there because it's going to be the same for everything. Let me see. Maybe this is not the file we want to reference. Let's go back to here. Let me poke around a little bit and see. Those are the cross sections, and there was the EMB cross section. But if we look at this, well, there are two per sheet. But even at that, I doubt they're at the right station. What is that? Doesn't tell me what. Oh, there's 42 balls. 4250.
And our next
They
one's
want every
488.
20 on that other one, and their sheet, their email says 42, 48, and 492. So we've got 482, 8250, 83, 8350, 488, did we say?
Yep, 488 balls. And that'll be for 6 and 7.
So that'll be here, and then 492,
Plus balls.
which is this one. Okay, so this is the sheet we want to reference and not that other with all that other crap on it. So back to here, instead of that reference,
Mm-hmm.
which is the EMB, I'm going to double click it. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to attach it to make sure there's no different geometry in these two names. Oh, shoot. I did it. Yeah, so let's take this one and also put it. Wait a minute, let's detach this one. No. Let's move this one. And I'm going to go from the grade point of .42 balls, which is right here. So I'm going to go from that grade point and I'm going to move it to grade point of this one, which is 482. 40, 60, 80, there's balls up there at the top. And I'll put it on that grade point. Oh, crap, where am I? 42 balls. Grade point. So the insertion point of that. All right, now we have these two showing. This is what I was wanting to check. If you, let's first turn off some of these grids. Now I want to select this file. Do this. Let's both. All right, so here's my non-EMB, and it looks like this. Here's my EMB. And it looks like that. Did I miss a line? Yes, I did. Move. This is 4350, 4250. So I'm gonna set this up. So this should be 482 balls. Grade point. And I'm gonna put it on over there. It should be on this one right here, I think. Forty-two. All right, so let me get it off of here first. Now I'm going to move it back to 42 balls, grade point to the grade point of right there. All right, so now here's what I'm trying to double check. And the reason, yeah, it's a good thing I did. So when you look at this, there's the non-EMB one. See it purple? And here's the EMB one. See, they're different. So we need to make sure we're on the correct one. So the correct one will be that EMB one. So we need to detach this. And then the only thing we need to limit this to this. So when we clip it, we'll clip it to that shape. And let's see, and then we want it to look like this, where we have the offsets down here at the title. We'll get the baseline. We'll get the elevations. Okay, so how are we going to do that? We're going to if we turn those levels back on that we just turned off, turn the major grids on, not the minors. So they kept in theirs get the major grids on, the elevations, the station, the offsets, the baseline is on. Then they had this stuff, which we're going to take from our border frame. from the profiles. They've got this datum down here. Yeah, see, this all came out of different. See, Dewberry's is different from whoever the prime is on this other job of ours.
Mhm.
Let me see now. So what I want to do, if I want to get that, see, and I don't need to jam it up here at the top since we're only doing, one at a time. Now there, see there, this one's jammed at the top. I guess that's to get that in. Here's one, they didn't push it all the way up. It's just sort of centered there. Not centered, but what is that? That's our legend sheet. And why is it stuck? It's the last sheet. Okay,
Yeah,
I got it.
sheet 58.
All right, so if we go to, oh, that's all of those individual sticks together. That's not the legend.
Mhm.
That's all the sticks just lined up in a row. So we need to do a sheet like that, I guess. But for these, sheets like this, see, ours we don't need nearly the same height, but they're doing one per sheet. Okay. So if we do one per sheet, we will need that. I'm going to just to keep us from getting too confused. There's where we're going to go with ours, but we don't need all this other, but I do need the bottom frame. I need the bottom axis, but see, I don't need it. I don't need it to be, I don't need all this empty space between the axis and where our stuff is going to go. So I'm thinking, let's see, if I freeze, if I turn off, some of this stuff. Nope, I need that one. All right. Can I do this one? Nope. All right, that's all in the frame. In fact, it's on a level called XCS frame or fram. Baseline text. HVGL. Okay, so if I then I'm asking myself, Chuck, do I want to just copy this geometry into our file? Or do I want to try to do this?
Well, can you have that part of the profile on the same sheet of ours?
The part of the profile? What do you mean?
Well, if you took that top section, if you cut it like you just said, like a little box, cut
Yeah,
that
just
top
around
section
this.
out. Yeah, and then you
Yeah,
put
but it would be up here at the top of our page with all this empty space down below.
mm,
which I don't want to do in the same spirit that they've got, you know, one per sheet. Like here you see it's sort of, there's some empty space, there's some empty space for the table,
Right.
but then they've got let's see, you know,
And they got sheets without the chemical analysis at the top.
well, and like the really long ones, they've had to push them up. Like one of them, they've got, come on, Adobe. See, here's one, you see it goes up to
Mhm.
the top, down to the bottom. Trying to find, here's, of course, see, the reason theirs are like they are is because they have to fit the stick in. Our sticks are small.
Right. Yeah. They're longer.
Yeah, so I don't need to have all that space underneath it.
And we have 4 that we're putting on.
But yeah, you see when they did that EMB one,
Mm-hmm.
they've got, now this is not the EMB one, this is the non-EMB one. They've only every 50 feet. Okay. But then in their EMB one, they went every 20 feet. And their cross sections are slightly different. Remember that 482
Right.
was you know, this thing here was, there was a different configuration. So something changed. So I'm thinking this EMB, this is the non-EMB, but the EMB one is the one they've got in their construction plan. So that's the ones we want to match. So here's 482. Yeah. So we had a slightly different side piece over here. So they changed that somehow or another, and for some reason. Now that also includes the guide rail, but I don't think ours does. Yeah, it doesn't. They don't on theirs either, I don't think. Of course, they may not have guide rail on it. I don't know. Oh yeah, there's one up there. So maybe this is a question for Jeremy. Let's see. So if we put these on the EMB one, because that section was slightly different. See, there's no guide rail shown here,
Right.
but in theirs, there's a guide rail here, the curb line's over here, 1317.1, 1317.2. Yeah, we better call Jeremy. All right.
Yeah, I can only stay till 5 tonight, Ken.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, mail. Oh shoot, I gotta call that person back anyway. All right. Let's go to my recents here. Jeremy.
Hey, can you hear me all right?
I can hear you.
What's up, man?
Hey, got a question for you, a little conflict. We need to decide which one we're using. Putting these on the sections. Um, Station 482, which is the first section we're going to be using. Um, there's two different section files in the files they gave us. There's one called SR 118 EMB, and then there's another one called SR 118 just by itself.
Okay. I'm thinking EMB, would that stand for embankment, maybe?
I have no idea. Maybe.
let me look in.
But the construction plans that they have are using the EMB ones. And they're every 20 feet. But if you look at 482, you know, it's 42 plus 20.
Let me look at the
If you look at 42, even the grade point is a different grade point.
so in that section PDF, will there be two 482s in that one as well?
No,
It's only in the DGNs.
well, in the cross, they gave us two cross-section files. Their cross-section files have all of the cross sections. And the ones that say E and B, they're every 20 feet. And the only thing they show, well, no, there's ones where they do, I just saw one here. I can't manipulate this. Here's one where they're showing the guide rails on some, but like 482 doesn't show the guide rail. But 482 with the non-EMB one does show the guide rail. And they're slightly different scales. That's a 10 scale versus the other one's a 5 scale. But the grade point is a 10th, it's 1317.2 versus 1317.1. And the EMB one does not have the guide rail. The non-EMB one does have the guide rail. So I don't know which sections to superimpose upon.
Well, it looks like I'm looking at the PDF, and the sections here that are PDF aren't showing guide rail.
Look at sheet number 8. Let me see. What?
It's the first sheet that guide rails pop up on for me.
No, okay, wait a minute. I may be in the Dewberry file. Hold on, let me see what file I'm in. 623 is soil borings. That's the Dewberry file. So I'm in the right file. So if you look on page 7, 8, 9. Yeah, look on page 9. You see the guide rails?
Yeah, that's like my page 9's 484 to 480. I have 4 sections on mine.
Let me see. Page level. Yeah, 484 to 4480. That's correct. And you see the guide rails?
Yeah, there are guide rails on almost both sides except that 484 section. It looks like it might be missing on the left.
Yeah, and then on the page 8, which has their 480. No, that's not ours. Let's see, 484. So page 7. Oh shoot, where's 482? Where's 482? Oh, page 6.
Yeah, at the top. Now mine shows no guide rails on here.
Yeah, it shows no guide rails there, but in the DGN file, the two different files that they have, one of them, like the non-EMB one, has not only a guide rail on the left, and they've got a flow line marker for the little pavement ditch, and the cross section is different. The pavement thickness is different. It's at a different slope, and the elevation of the center point is off by 1/10. So
it's the same DGN file.
No, they're in two different files. One says EMB, one is not EMB. One is just SR 118.
So do all sections exist in both?
No, in the non-EMB one, the one that shows the guide rails, they're every 50 feet. In the EMB one, they're every 20 feet. And those are the ones they included in the construction plan. So I'm guessing.
Let me go see Walt. We'll give you a call on his phone. Does that sound good?
Yeah. All right.
He likes to leave towards the end of the day. If he's
Yeah.
out of here, we'll pick up first thing in the morning. But let me go down there and see what he's got to say. If he knows, he can give us any insight on that. I have no idea why there's two different kinds.
Yeah, so if you'll look specifically at station 482, but you see them in the construction plans. That's the EMB one. You can also look at it with Bentley View. Look at SR 118 EMB.DGN and also look at SMB 118.DGN, or not SMB, but just SR 118.DGN and SR 118 EMB.DGN. The sections don't match. They're close, but they're not the same. And it's the EMB ones that they put in the construction plans. And if he says, well, yeah, that's the one we want to use, then that clears up the answer. But I don't want to, do it for the wrong reasons. So, all right.
Okay.
So
Ken, give me 1 minute. I'll call you right back.
no problem. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. All right. So with that, I think what we'll do, Mr. Chuck, is I'm going to pause our recording. No need to
Yeah.
record. No need to record